Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator, and Pratap, thank you so much for that speech. I personally had my wisdom teeth pulled many years ago, and it brought back very much emotional response. Anytime you're giving a speech that requires some form of knowledge, where you had to do some background research, there's always a need to present authority, because you can't just say this is what it is without some knowledge behind what you're saying. And the audience has to be aware of that authority. And you gave us your authority in the form of first-hand experience. This is what happened to me. And clearly, you're like me. You went out and asked questions before the event, and you did your research. I did very similar things when I had LASIK surgery on my eyes. So I fully understand where you were coming from on that. And thank you for letting us know what that authority was. 4 wisdom teeth is not a small thing to have pulled. Although I don't remember having 6 different pain medications. It was many years ago. I think I had 2. I had the anesthesia and then I had the ibuprofen afterwards. But it was very informative, and I was very impressed with all of your descriptions of each of the medications and what they do, and you did that very well. Laughing gas, propofol, phenatyl, if I said it correctly, Motrin, and the Vicodin. One thing I noticed that you said several times, in front of each of the medications that you announced, you said several times, this is the most interesting one. But you can only have one most interesting.
I cheated.
You should pick one. And if it was me, it would be the Vicodin. And you were amazed at the science of pain. You described how people, you didn't necessarily describe, but you implied that there's a huge amount of research that goes behind all these medications and how they actually function and work, and that's fantastic. One thing that this speech required for you to do was to present at least one visual aid, and I didn't see one. I was watching. I don't know what that would be in this particular speech, but I imagine in my head some outline of a human body maybe, and then different arrows pointing to different parts of where the pain medication actually works. I don't know, but you should have had some kind of visual aid just to fulfill the spirit of the particular speech. You went through 6 medications in 7 minutes. And to me, that seemed like an awful lot up front, but you did a really good job of describing them, and when you finished with that particular medication, I kind of felt like I knew more about it. So I think, even though it seemed like a lot, it fit the time space very well. And you had a little bit of humor in your speech as well, and that was nice. I remember waking up from my experience, and I also remember that I was babbling. And my wife was frightened, and the doctor was there, and she didn't know what was going on because she had never seen me babble, and I was completely incoherent. And I would have liked to hear maybe a little bit more about that. You said you woke up in a car. Well, I don't know how they got you to the car. That would have been an interesting story as well. Very enjoyable speech. I think you did an awesome job researching it, and thank you so much.